lovers! 안녕하세요. Today we are going to have the second episode of Korean cooking, which is Ttuk Bokki. There are many ways of making tteokbokki, but did you know, in a long time ago, there was not red hot pepper tteokbokki, but our ancestor long time ago only ate what's called kunjung tteokbokki. It is something that's made with soy sauce and different ingredients. It's considered one of the royal dishes, but throughout the time, with in the modern time, a lot of people adopted tteokbokki and added hot pepper paste, gochujang to it, so make it a little bit spicy. It's a little bit difficult, but there's a similar to other difference to it. So today I'm going to make both of them and then show you the little bits of difference, how they're different with each other. I have to ask you for your understanding, because my original plan today was to have a video introducing you to places in Korea, which is Dongdaemun, our first. Because when you first come to Korea, a lot of people go to Dongdaemun to shop. There are so many places. There's a market called Gyeongdong and other places where you can buy traditional Korean food and many different things. And also you have Duta or other shopping malls that's open that you could buy Korean clothes for a very cheap price, made in Korea. And also Pyeongha, that's open during the nighttime. It's a night market. The Gyeongdong market is a traditional market among the many markets in Korea where you can buy traditional food and other things that's very Korean. It's also cheaper and it's fresh. And I was going to introduce you to it. And then there's also a place where you can buy clothes as well. And then DDP, where it's a building that's with a great amount of arts, and you could visit there. It's very interesting. And also, did you know there's a bus that you could take to tour bus with the double deck? And you could take the bus and then you could tour around the whole area. So and last but not least, you could also, I raise mollies, balloon mollies, and then gophies and other fishes. There's a big market, a very traditional market that's been there for a long time. So that's nearby. And also other places you could visit. So because of the corona pandemic, nowadays there is the reason with the Delta variant. So it's getting worse and worse, and I haven't been vaccinated, so it's really worrisome for me. So I decided that I'm going to just shoot the second episode of Glorious Korea. Let's learn Korean cooking. So let's begin. Today I have prepared two different ways of making tteokbokki. Do you see the difference here? Original tteokbokki actually didn't have lots of vegetables, or this is paprika and bell pepper, you must say, but this wasn't actually added to it. We have odeng, or we call it omuk in Korean, and then onion, and then green and sorry, and this is actually meat, beef, thinly sliced. And original kunjung tteokbokki that was used in palace was a little bit different from original, but we adapted it. This is somewhat my Korean and my method. And also we have the soy sauce that we add. Okay, but this actually is something that we made at home, and then we had garlic and then garlic roots fermented inside with a soy sauce. So it tastes a little bit different from what you buy in regular market. What you actually see here, these some of the things that we do that's commercial in markets were kanjang actually something like this you could make you could find also smaller sizes. So after the pandemic I'll show you everything. Okay, we have sesame oil and then perla oil. So in Korean there's 참기름 and 들기름. That's a big difference. Can you actually see the difference in color? This is a sesame oil, 참기름, and this is the perla leaf oil, 들기름. It's a little bit lighter than original color. And as for other ingredients, garlic, hot pepper paste, pepper flake, pepper paste, and then we have to garnish, perla, and which is called to get black and some, and then also for some ingredients we add sugar to it to add a little bit of sweetness. Yes, but I usually don't use a lot of white sugar because it's not good for you. So what I usually do is I sometimes use a lot of this. That's why it's almost gone. Right? This is 유기쌀 올리고당. It's a rice. Organic. Alright, that's what we use. And sometimes for cooking, and then I use sugar powder, which is, relatively somewhat because it absorbs water, and then when you have too much water, this helps. And it's just a little bit sweeter sometimes, and then, but you have to use your sugars and your ingredients according to your needs. Okay? And the basic ingredients for tteokbokki. What is tteokbokki? What is tteokbokki? Tteokbokki means tteok. Bok is to stir. Ki. Tteokbokki. So that's and our main ingredients will be tteok, right? I prepared two different kind of tteok. This is for the 궁중 tteokbokki, the royal. And then this actually is for the regular tteokbokki, 빨간 매운 tteokbokki, right? Okay. We start by having this is anchovy stock. And then when you watch my last video, I showed you how to make the anchovy stock. Remember? Anchovy stock is you add water, you add anchovy, you boil it. After 6 or 7 minutes, you take the anchovy out and cool it. If you make anchovy stock like this, you could make a lot of soups. It's a basic stock. Of course, you have vegetable stocks. When I make soups, I have chicken stocks and other ingredients. But this is anchovy. For 된장찌개, 고추장찌개, like hot pepper paste soup, 된장찌개, bean soup, and of course tteokbokki, which is a secret ingredient, makes it so good. Okay, I'm just gonna make a small amount of ingredient first to measure your things, your ingredients. This actually is the 15cc, and then this is the 5cc. So this is the 3 times. But this actually I use for my cooking, like baking a lot of times. So, but if you're still considering measuring, that's okay. But for me, take it away because you know what? I don't believe in measurements. Of course, you have to practice from the first, but to be able to cook really well, you have to know how each ingredients work together, and then how everything is so harmonized together in some sense. And then you have to be able to control the fire. You have to be able to control the ingredients. You have to be able to get the ingredients the right amount and get the gist of how each of the ingredients work together. That's your training. So if you really want to be a good cook, I suggest you practice that. I think that's why I don't need measurements. But just to tell you, I mean, the balance between the ingredients are important. Also, sausage that I would add. Okay, let's start. I'm gonna turn the light on, and then I am going to add just maybe this actually is. You know what? Let's just come over here. Let me just measure this. In a purse. Okay? In a purse. And then this actually I would add equally. So it's going to be, let's see, 200 cc. Yeah, I'm just gonna have 2 cups now then. Okay? 1 cup each. You see the measurements? 2 cups. Oh, too much. Just about right. It's not that, but still. So, if you see the purse, 2 cups. A little bit too much. Let's see. Alright. This, 1 cup. Anchovy stock. Just about right. Okay, almost. Okay. Now, let's turn the heat up. Our stove actually is 4, we have 4 stoves, but this is a little bit, oh, sorry. Yeah, this is a little bit smaller than, so, which means the heat won't be as strong as this one because it's bigger. That's why this will take longer, right? You have to think about it because food actually is science as well. So I'm just gonna cover this up so that it will heat up a little bit faster. All right, you see this one already simmers. I'm going to add, let's see. First you do is you're going to add garlic, okay, to it. You know what? Just like American or English cooking, you can never add too much butter. But in Korean cooking, you can never add too much garlic. A lot of garlic makes it so good. This is actually peeled and freshly grind. Not that fine, but it's good enough to be in tteokbokki. Okay. My method actually is to add the hot pepper paste first. Okay, like this. So that you make the stock. My mother is feeling it for me. She's okay. And then hot pepper flake, if you need it more, almost at the end. And what I also add at the end to get the kick, the black pepper. This one is McCormick, and also this one is the Italian one, Grani, Pepe Bianco, right? So this is fresh. So I might add just a little bit of, fresh to it. First thing you do, what do you do? Last time I told you that for cooking ingredients, the basic is you have to add the hardest part first, right? The hardest one, which will be, but before that, which will be the rice cake, right? But this, I'm going to add the beef first. I almost forgot to show you. Well used hand, like a grandma, like again. And remember, last time I told you that you have to clean up as you go, because if you don't, you make a lot of mess, right? All right, beef first. Beef you go. It went. After putting on beef, I'm going to explain to you. Let me just wash my hand first. Sorry. I'm going to explain to you about the ingredients for regular tteokbokki. Regular tteokbokki, we have onion, and this is a sausage from Bundo. It's made in the monastery in I think it's in Daegu. But anyway, we have what's called odeng. But you know, have you noticed this is shaped differently? And this is like into square. When you go to like 분식점, which is the regular restaurant that sells, it's almost like a diner, Korean diner. You sell like almost instant food, but instant food should be, you know, with good quality. This is a good quality omuk. So I chopped it up a little bit differently because it serves differently, right? And then we're going to add some hot pepper later on, add to it. Okay, now this is sizzling, so let's go to our 궁중 tteokbokki. 궁중 tteokbokki actually has, it's boiling, so I'm going to add garlic like this. Okay, bye dish again. I'll do you later after the shooting. Okay, so it's gonna boil. Okay. What do I do? This one too. Add meat. Alright. Then I'm going to cover it up. With 궁중 tteokbokki, you can add whatever you like. Other things. Oh, just right. Yes. You could add other stuff if you desire, but you could go to the original regular recipe. Like there is a book called 궁중 백석 or 요리. So it's a little bit different. My meat is a little bit too thick. You have to make it thinner later on if you like. Okay, depending on if you want to look good, because food is all about looking good too, right? Now for this, I'm going to add regular tteokbokki. This is for tteokguk. Usually, what we do in Korea, tteokguk. But when I was in university, in front of my school, there was this 아저씨. I remember he was a very nice man, and he made tteokbokki out of this tteokguk, and then it was so delicious. It remind me of that memory where 아저씨 actually made tteokbokki for me when I visited him. So I decided to make this. Alright, and then let me see how it tastes. Not too bland. Good. This one starts boiling. Because you have to think of what to put first when it's harder to cook, and also what gives more flavor. When you cook, does it give a lot of flavor to it? So which one should you add first, right? So I added sausage. Alright. So let it boil a little bit. Let's go to our 궁중 tteokbokki. See how it tastes. This is really bland because, like I told you, we are going to just add 간장, which is the soy sauce. Oh, the hot pepper flake got me. Oh, it's yeah. Let's see. Put too much, not too much color. Too much. Oh, you need more. You have to think about it as you go along. The water is going to be evaporated, so it's going to be a little bit saltier later on. You have to think about that. Okay. Oh, turn the light up. Turn the heat down a little bit too much. Okay. Now, I think this is getting almost ready. Alright. Water. You know what? I think we need a little bit more of hot pepper paste. Yeah, I'm going to add hot pepper paste. A little bit more, not too much. And I'm going to add the other ingredients all together. Well, actually, onions if you want sweeter taste to it. And then, you know, the scallions actually, pop gives you a little bit of, you know, strong taste. In Korean traditional cooking, there are oche, which means when you have the ritual, we'll talk about it later in, well, in the history called 제사, which is the ritual we have for our ancestors. We do not put 5 ingredients, which is garlic, scallion, green onion, and then hot pepper, and there are 2 more, but I have to study that a little bit more. I used to know. So, heat this up a little bit. Right, and don't you think I need more stock? I think I need a little bit more stock for it to evaporate, and then for it to boil. Right? Let's see. Okay. Yeah, a little bit more anchovy stock. Yes, just a little bit more. Yeah. Alright. Let's see how our 궁중 떡볶이 is doing. Long time ago, we didn't have the regular kind of, you know, rice we have today. They sliced it up, and then this is actually the old kind of tteokbokki where you slice it up. When you maybe I could chop it up a little bit like this. Maybe few. This is a little bit too. Oh, that's alright. I'll pick it up. Wash it. I can use it. No worries. Okay, cut it up. Maybe just a few, not too much. You know, remember balance between, you know, the ingredients. That's very important. If you put too much of something, it's not going to be, you know. I'm going to put duck. I'm going to put duck. You see how duck is doing right now? Look at it. Dog. This one. Right? Going to let it heat a little bit. Right? This one almost is cooked because we have a higher heat. Okay. Now, I think it's time for a little bit of sugar. Not too much, just a little bit to add the taste. Okay, and let it simmer. Okay. All right. So let's see how it is. Okay, good. Just stir it up. So, and then I'm going to add a little bit of which is the sesame. Oh, hot. Just to garnish a little bit, not too much. And then, like I told you, pepper fresh. Yes. And then to top it up, a little bit of, not too much, but a little bit of hot pepper flake to make it a little bit spicy because I prefer everything spicy, a lot spicy. Okay, make sure you stir it well so that the duck doesn't get stuck to the bottom. Okay, let's add everything. Like I told you, I like spicy things. 매운 게 좋아요. 맛있을까? Yeah, I think it's going to be good. Oh, right, dish again. Just, you know, in the low heat. I think it's about ready. This is good. Don't overcook it. Yes, 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 yes. Now we're going to move this to the table. Okay. Jeannie needs a little bit of coffee right now. It's hot. Okay, now let's go to our 궁중 떡볶이. Because you know what? Why does it take longer than you know, regular tteokbokki? It's because let's see, let me get another wooden. It's because the tteok actually is thicker, isn't it? It's thicker than the other one, right? Yeah. And this I would add the onion first. Okay, onion first. And during when it was popular in the old time, we didn't have omuk, but I'm going to add omuk. Okay. Okay. Oh, too much. I added too much ingredients. Now, a little bit more of anchovy stock. In this case, what do? If you have too much, you put less of other things. For coloring, I'm just gonna add yellow and red. Then up here, I wish we add some mushroom to it, which is called 모기버섯, which is the ear of you know, ear mushroom. But I don't think I'm gonna add now. Let's just skip. Okay. Just to how you know is make sure that duck is cooked. It's nice and soft and moist. And then your scallion. The cooking, the royal cooking a long time ago, it was all about being with colors. If you had lots of beautiful colors and it looked good to eat, also the good ingredients and then the taste, and if it was good, then you know. I'm going to add a little bit of 참기름 to it. Okay. Maybe we need a little bit more red. We'll just put everything. Who cares? Bye bye dish. Okay. Now I think this is a little bit too bland. Yeah, it is bland. So what you do nowadays, a lot of people add the oyster sauce. I think it's a good idea. It gives taste to it. Not too much. Let's see. Not too much, but just a little bit. Oh, I already put too much. Yeah. I started using oyster sauce a long time ago. Maybe like 10 years ago. That's how it tastes. Now it's too salty. I put too much. What do? Again, add anchovy stock. To make it colorful, I am going to now lower the heat and a little bit of sugar. Not too much. You know, all the kings actually had the diabetes a lot. So no sugar. Too much sugar is no good. Okay. As long as it gives a little bit of sweet taste to it. Alright, I think this is not too much. Just to give it a nice taste. Okay, almost. This is almost turning on. Now, we are going to go here and chop up, take the top off of the hot pepper and then chop it up a little bit like this because I want it like other ingredients. I do it differently other times, but take the seed out like this. Okay, and then this one too. Then what you do out here actually is you have to rinse it again once in the water, right? Take the whole thing. You take this and then just rinse it on, and then what you do is oh spicy. Oh, I feel it. And then I would cut it in half. Too little, I guess. Not this one. Oh. So maybe take this part off, like this length. Oh. Be careful, it's slippery, okay? Make sure you don't cut off your nails. Out. Okay, not too much, just to garnish. Going back here, just to... if you have red pepper, that's also good, okay? And green pepper doesn't have to be cooked. It's not bad. Yeah, I've done well. 궁중 떡볶이. Just a little bit, let it simmer a little bit. Under low heat. And then for the last part, I'm just going to add a little bit of hot pepper paste, right? And then little bit of the grind pepper as well. Okay, not too much. See how it tastes. Okay. Yes. Not hot, but it's got very savory, and then it's also got the taste of soy sauce, and it's mild and delicious. So whichever you prefer, you can make. Okay, we'll move here. Now we have 2 tteokbokkis. Okay, 1 red, 1 soy sauce. It's good, both good. So let's taste each one of it. Ah, my cup. See how it tastes. Gonna move a little bit. Yes. And then I'm going to have my chopstick. Yes. You know, our family have all different kind of chopsticks for each other. This one is actually mine. My mother bought it for our family when I was maybe, how old, Mom? How old was I? 10? Maybe young. So I've been having these chopsticks for a long time. It's for children, actually. So it outgrew me. But still it's usable, durable. This actually is called what's called silver, and then it's called Ttuk. You kind of have that powder, and then you put it in the heat, and then this actually stays, but almost gone. It's long time. So silver, long time kings. They're worried about being poisoned, so they use silver because when you have sulfur or other things that's touched by the silver, then it will change its color. So we had silver for our food. And also we had the official taster for a long time ago. Yeah. Alright, let's just have a little bit of each. Let's see how it tastes. And let me get some chopsticks for you too. Not chopsticks, but fork. Yes. Fork. I'm gonna go with green. We have fork. Alright? For you. Meat and rice cake and the colors. They're yellow. And how you present your food is also very important, and what you eat as well. So I did the best I can. You see? Okay. Now the red Ttuk Bokki. You add some 당면, which is called the sweet potato noodle to it if you like. The thin ones and thick ones, but I didn't do it today. But if you wish, you could. And this is the red pepper. Not too much. 매워. Okay, now good enough. Which one do I want to taste first? I'll go with the. I should use when you eat with the food. Somebody mentioned aperitif. Aperitifs are usually not peanuts, but they're more like drinks. But today my aperitif will be coffee. Very unsuiting, but still. And what he mentioned is called hors d'oeuvre. But this, you start with, when you have a course meal, you start with the milder one. Any kind of course, you small, milder, in a main dish, and then go with there. So when you have a bigger meal, then you would have intermissions of like a survey or some the resting time. This is Ttuk Bokki. 맛있어. So good. Okay, now let's go to red pepper. 일반 떡볶이. Sausage first. 맛있어. 이거 되게 맵다. So hot. And then 어묵. You want some? Okay. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you so much, my glorious Korea lovers. Please tune in next week for Let's Learn Korean History. So I'm going to have second episode of Korean history for you. So please wait. Alright, thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, please write on the comments, and then please 구독. What is that? Subscribe, write comments, post, whatever, subscribe, and then what I asked of you. Alright, so in the meantime, have a great week. Have a safe time with the corona. Try to stay home, and then Delta variant, go away. We don't need you. So, bye everybody.